Namaste, Ram Ram. We all use our voice, but is there a way to be able to use your voice in a variety of ways? Such as when you want to request something, when you want to order, when you want to communicate with a friend at an equal level. There are various situations in which we use our voice. But you see, the main thing is expressing your feelings. We don't always express all our feelings because of a certain fears. But we will talk about that when we have more time. Right now the focus is on how to express your voice, maybe with the help of some instrument as well. But just even without instrument, there are a variety of ways you can express those feelings that you have not expressed before. It's possible. We just need to open up, first of all, our mind of feeling that you do want to express. You see, much of the psychological pressures, they build up when we do not express ourselves, for the fear of hurting other people, for the fear of being rejected, and a number of other fears. So, understanding is that there are a lot of emotions and feelings that lay buried under our level of awareness. I have found a way that you can express yourself if you really, really focus that you want to express. You see, partial focus is not going to do it. Fully committed to expressing will do it. For example, if you want to, let's say, chant a mantra, and you want to use the optimum feeling. I'll just give you one example. A popular mantra, NAMAH SHIVAYA. There are various ways you can chant that. NAMAH SHIVAYA. Oh. NAMAH SHIVAYA. NAMAH SHIVAYA. Om NAMAH SHIVAYA. And more. Keep exploring the feeling, not following a melody, improvising on the melody. Because it is the spontaneous improvisation that makes you express the feelings from your depth of the heart. And if you do that, you can start out doing it when you're taking a shower. Nobody can hear you. Just take a shower and take your time and express. A mantra, song, whatever comes to you easily. And see if you can go to the lowest tone possible in your voice and the highest tone possible. Because every human being is able to really have at least one octave of range, one octave. from C to higher C. Sa, SaReGa ma pa, SaReGa ma pa ma ga re, sa, SaReGa ma pa dha ni sa ni. You see, when you fully express your voice, it creates a beautiful space. That's where you discover real silence. It's called Akasha. Good quality Akasha. It keeps on improving with your own practice. Just like any sport, any talent you might want to develop. Practice. And the best place to practice is you're driving by yourself. If you are in a company and they don't mind it, you can do that as well. But there are a couple of places where you can do that by yourself. Voice, it's your voice. Feel free to use it. Because the fifth chakra, mind, doesn't really open until you are really able to produce a real good quality of Akasha. That is called Surya Akasha. The reason I talk about that is because in my own background, my teacher was a Nada yogi. Nada is the science of sound, which gives life to the mantra. Life to the mantra. Otherwise, mantras are there. You can read them loud. But how to express your feelings, that's what really is mantra is about. When we do workshops on developing the voice, we use different instruments so that your ears can become accustomed to tuning your voice with what you are hearing on the instrument. Because instrument is fixed. The tone is fixed. Because you have tuned the instrument to a fixed note. Your voice has to match that. Sometimes I tune the instrument to my voice. Because I feel like today I'm going to chant from the tone of Ga, SaReGa, the third note. So I will tune my instrument to Ga. It's possible. So you play with the instrument and then the instrument will play with you and then you have a communication. To communicate with yourself, the best way is to hear yourself. And to hear yourself, you need to be free to express your voice. Any question about it? Questions will only arise when you have used your own voice and you are feeling some effect and you don't understand what that effect is. Or you are not able to produce a voice, in which case the question will be different. But the whole idea is that discover the spontaneous mind. There's only one mind that is spontaneous, as the fifth chakra mind. You have instant happening, a flash of a creativity. That's why this is called Veshudha Chakra, ultra pure, where your own voice can become ultra pure. In the heart chakra, it's a pure feeling. In the fifth chakra, It's a pure voice. And the pure voice coupled with spontaneity creates an insight, a flash of insight. Vishuddha, ultra pure. Then of course the sixth chakra mind is a discriminating mind, to be able to tell how the fifth chakra mind is doing, how the heart chakra mind is doing, and the lower three minds as well. That's a discriminating mind. Periodically, when you tune into the seventh chakra mind, you might have a meditative experience. But that's very rare. Because until you are able to produce the Surya Akasha, only time you are going to experience the seventh chakra mind is when you are deeply asleep. In the waking state, it's extremely difficult to feel that. You can, but it's extremely difficult. You will have to really work with your sound, work with the instrument called tambura. Because tambura is such an amazing instrument because of the overtones it produces. Tambura taught me how to produce overtones in my own voice. Otherwise, it's a flat note or a sharp note. You can arrange them beautifully to make music. But that is not the fifth chakra mind. You can make music from the first chakra mind, second, third, at best fourth. But the science of sound reveals itself when the fifth chakra mind takes over. Fifth chakra mind, ultra pure. You see the size of the heart chakra area? Right above, right from the rib cage up till your neck is the area of the heart chakra. You get the light from the Venus. Heart chakra light comes to us through Venus. Not from Venus, through Venus. Light of the fifth chakra comes to us from the Jupiter. Very large planet, but very small area in the neck. So the beam of that light, to absorb that, if you don't have a proper training with your voice and hearing, everybody doesn't hear the same way. Many people, you can hear like a horse in terms of the distant sound, but I'm talking about a qualitative hearing. Qualitative hearing will produce qualitative akasha when you speak. But if you can't even hear it, then how can you speak? Twelve-tone music has trained our ears to hear 12 tones. 7 major notes, 5 minor notes. All music around the world is based on the 12 tones. Unless you get into the classical music of India, where you have 22 tones. Our scale is 22 tones. So 12 is very easy. To produce those microtones and stay in tune, that's an art. But hearing and then repeating and hearing and repeating is the way to develop that. Just like learning a new language. You have to hear and repeat and repeat. And when you do that on a daily basis, you make those grooves in your psyche so that you can put it in the memory bank and then you are speaking the new language. It's just that the languages are more difficult to learn. producing tones is not difficult at all. You just need a teacher that just makes the sound and encourages you to repeat. And the more you repeat, the better you feel. Because when you repeat something, it is expressing those feelings that have not been expressed. We come back to the feelings again. Voice is just an instrument of delivery. What quality of delivery has to do with the quality of the feelings. And the feelings also get more and more deep. Ability to love is so deep. Can we express that? Why is that fourth microchakra of the fifth is blocked in 99.999% of the people? Fourth is the feeling. Fifth is the voice. Even singers don't have it. They sing from the fifth microchakra of the fourth, not fourth microchakra of the fifth, because it's blocked. If you want to know why it gets blocked, you have to study microchakra psychology. And you can then learn. The blockages take place in the first 3 to 3.5 years of life in the right channel. But we can open them in the left channel, even if they are blocked in the right. But that will require some doing. A lot of doing, not some doing, a lot of doing. And what is that doing? Repeating, repeating, repeating. Expanding the scope of your voice. And then expressing the unexpressed feelings. And before you know, you feel elated because you are getting exposed to being comfortable in the fourth dimension. You go beyond the 3 dimensions. Many singers I have known in my life in India, they elated people. They really live in a different space than most other people. Because with your voice, it just opens up another dimension. I knew a sadhu who was a great chanter. And he used to tell me that when he sees people, he first sees a light. Light around the people. And then as he comes closer to the physical body, he sees some dominance of certain colors called aura. So from light to the aura to the physical body. Starting with the eyes. Most of the times people meet each other, they look at each other's eyes. But before looking at the eyes, people who live in a higher dimension, they don't directly look at the eyes. They come down to look at the eyes. Because when you are coming from a higher dimension to the physical dimension, you are looking at people with compassion, with care, with love. Just because it's a human being. You are a human being, they are a human being. You walk down the streets, total strangers, you have never met them before, and you smile at each other. Other people can even say good morning, good afternoon, just passing by, because they're comfortable with themselves. They're open to others. And then there are those who are close to others. They're too involved with their own scheme of thoughts, and feelings, and frustrations, and depression maybe. Too much involvement with self. not enough to be able to share or to give others. So there are different dimensions in which people live. They also open up as you start to get more proficient in the development of your voice and higher chakra minds related mantras. Mantras is such a wealth of, it's a gold mine. You just need to tune into them as often as possible. If you really see the logic behind it, the logic is that universe is created with a sound. Therefore, everything has a sound. No matter how dense, even a diamond has a sound. We may not hear it, we may not feel it, but it has a sound. A leaf has a sound. Water has a sound. Earth has a sound. Everything has a sound. We just need to be still enough to be able to hear it. But intuitively we all know that we are all made up of the same stuff. Therefore that feeling of hello, or just a gentle smile when you pass to a stranger you've never met before. Sympathetic resonance in the same species. There is a species resonance. Humans with humans, ducks with ducks, deer with deer, elephants with elephants. If we allow that to come up to the heart chakra. But if you are looking at people with doubt, you will come down to the third chakra. You look at the eyes and you want to see, is this person trustworthy or not? Do I like him or not? So whenever you have a doubt, it is putting you in a lower dimension mind. Sound helps in raising your awareness. How many decades have I been working on sound and teaching others? Take advantage of it. It's your own voice.
Orla, Highland, from Ireland.
Orla, I remember. She came here with her daughter, I think. What about her?
Sona, I remember.
Sona, yes.
So, dear Shamji, I ask for your prayers. I had a massive operation on Wednesday, and I'm slowly recovering.
It's wonderful. Keep chanting Hanuman Chalisa. It will give you strength. Keep chanting Hanuman Chalisa. You will recover much faster because the Akasha produced by this particular Chalisa turns into healing energy. So if it will take you a week to recover, normally with the chanting it may be half a week, depending on how much feeling you can put into the Chalisa when you are chanting. Ram Ram Ram.